Okay. So today we're going to be doing compound shapes. Okay. What do you think compound shapes are? But like in other words, what do you think they are? What do you think compound shapes? Like what kind of shapes are we talking about? Okay. Compound shapes, not like that exactly. Compound shapes are two shapes put together, or two shapes that are laying on top of each other. Okay? So kind of like if I were to have this rectangle, and then I have this circular object on top. Right? And I would like to see, if I were to cut out this circle from the rectangle, how much did I cut out? A circle. Right, but what was the area that I cut out? Okay? So, or I can have this square and cut out this. Right? I went along and I cut this out. Well, how much did I cut out? How much did I leave? Okay? So that has to do with compound shapes. So, everybody draw a square to the best of your ability.
The best square we can draw?
Yes. And Angel, can you put that away?
I can just trace the...
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go. And then, to the best of your ability, and I'm actually going to use a pencil, draw a circle inside of it.
I drew a rectangle.
To the best of your ability, just like I have done up here. Okay, we're good? Okay. I want to know the question. Oh, and then I want you to shade just lightly. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Will you draw a circle in it?
Can you shade the corners, please? Don't spend too much time on it. Just shade it. Let's catch up so you understand the lesson and you follow along. Okay. The question is, what is the area of the shaded region? What is the area of the shaded region? Okay, so what's left over? So if I had this square and I were to cut out this circle and cut it all out, what part is left over?
The square.
Not the square, because like, yeah, so basically, if I were to take this and like that, and cut it out, oh, my cutting skills are, woo, amazing. Don't cut yourself. So I cut out the circle, and I'm left with okay, I'm left with this.
Oh, with the corners.
Right, with the corners, because here is the circle that I cut out of it. Right? You guys see it? And it was a square, but I cut it out, and I'm left with the corner. So I want to know, what is the area of this that's left over? So we started with this, right? And I cut out this part, what's left over? So how would you do it? What do you think we have to do? Find the area. The area of what? The circle that I left out. What else do we have to find the area of? Of the square, but the original square. So if I find the area of the original square, and I find the area of the circle, and then do what? You subtract it. That's like cutting it out. Subtract this part that you cut out. You're left with the remaining part. Good. So let's do that. All right. So first, let's do the. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. My bad. This is 8 feet, and this is 8 feet. Right? Those important details. Okay. So let's do the square. I'm going to draw a little square on the side that represents my big square. This is 8 feet, and this is 8 feet. So, how would I find the area of a square? Who knows how to find the area of a square?
You add all the
Length times width. That's why we're writing and reviewing, writing it down. We're writing it down so you don't forget it. You're practicing. Okay, what's the length? 8. What's the width? 8. So my area equals 64 feet squared. Okay. So that's the area of this whole thing without being cut up, right? We follow along? Now we're going to find the area of the circle. Okay, so let's draw a circle. So, how do I find the area of a circle? What did we learn yesterday? Pi, radius, square. Okay, when do I use a diameter?
when you're finding the circumference.
Good. When you're finding the circumference, you find the diameter. Okay. Whew. So I need the radius of this circle. Let's go back to the original one. 8 feet would be this whole side, which if I move it up, it would be the diameter, right? So this is 8 feet. So what would be the radius, I should say? 4. Very good. Do you guys see how we got that? Let's not stare there. Let's stare there. So it would be 4. Okay, cool. So let's plug it in. Radius is 4, so I'm going to plug it in. 4 squared. Who can remind us what pi equals? Good. Okay, what's 4 squared? Don't say 8.
16.
Good. 16 times 3.14. 3.14 times 16. No, it's okay. You can leave it like that. It's only round when it's like a huge number. Okay. So, the area of the square, the area of the square of this object is 64 feet, right? The area of the circle that I cut out is 50.24. So how would I find the area of the little triangle pieces that are left? You subtract, right? So, in other words, I would take the square minus the circle is going to give me, oh gosh, wow, real Picasso right here. Look at that. Wow. The corners, right? Those are my corners. Don't be jealous. Alright, so it would be 64 minus 50.24. Now can I subtract that way? No, right? I gotta put them one on top of each other, right?
Yeah.
You do this before I do it. It's subtraction. You guys should be able to do it. Oh, this is a 50. I wrote 54, but it's supposed to be 50. 6, 7, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
So the area is 13.76 feet squared. That's what's left over. Let me zoom it in. Okay, so 64 represents the area of the square. 50.24 represents the area of the circle that I removed. What's left over are the shaded parts, and that's 13.70 feet, 76 feet squared. Wow. Ain't that cool? Yeah, for me it's pretty cool. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to practice using a worksheet, but we're going to show our work in our notebooks because look how much work I need to show. It's not terribly difficult, the work, but it is a lot. So let's hand out the packet. Some of you already have some in your group. So let us know how many more you need. Some of you already have some. How many more do you need? Two more? You? How many more do you need? Two more? How many more do you guys need? Two? One for Gabriel, two? Thank you guys. Sorry, you lost that privilege. What's up? Alright. Can you go to page 2? Okay. Page 2, page 2. Okay. So, we already did the first one in our notebook. Okay? So now, there's no way we can show all of the work we just did here. So we're just going to use this as our example. Okay. So, let's look at number 2. It's a square, it's a rectangle and a triangle. And they want to know what's the area that's shaded. So what would we do? What are we going to do?
Find the area of the length and width.
Okay, so find the area of the triangle and the rectangle. Does it matter which one you do first? No. Okay, the easiest one is the rectangle. So let's draw that out. It's a little sketch. Okay, I'm going to draw the rectangle. Area equals length times width. Whoops. Okay, what's the length and the width of the rectangle from our picture?
6 and 10.
6 and 10. Okay. So do the math. Write it down. Okay. What's the other shape we got to do? Triangle. Go at your own pace. Do it on your own, and then look up here to see if you got it right.
What did you just suggest? Excuse me?
Joe, let's focus on this. Triangle. How do I find the area of the triangle? Gosh, I feel like stretching in the back of the room, but
The area of the triangle.
Base times height divided by 2. Write it down so we remember. Okay, what's the base of the triangle from our picture in our 7? What is the height? Yeah. Here is your height right here. Right? And if I look at this side, that tells me your height. So this is 6. Alright, plug them in. Plug them in. What's my base? What's my height? Divided by 2. Plug it in. So what's the area? 21 meters squared. Alright, so the area of the rectangle is 60. The area of the triangle